Hey, what's happening? So this is a little bit of a different reaction video because I was actually a part of the production for this epic anime medley. David Fowler, the lead engineer for Peter Hollens, is actually a really good friend of mine, and I've been slowly introducing him to different animes throughout the years. So when the production cycle started, they actually reached out to me and said, hey, do you have any sort of advice or suggestions for songs that we can put into it? And I was like, yeah, of course. So I started texting a couple like, oh, you know, definitely this song, whatever. And finally, after a little bit, they just said, hey, here's a spreadsheet, go nuts. And I had to take 50 songs that I sat down, just started typing out, and condensed that down to 8, which was almost an impossible task. But the final product ended up sounds and looks so good. Like they took whatever advice I was able to give them and just create something totally magical out of it. Just a disclaimer, I do not work for Peter Hollens. I do not work for One Voice Productions, and my opinions are entirely my own and do not reflect Peter, One Voice Productions, or his family. Without further ado, let's jump into it.
Friendship, effort, victory. Last time, we found our heroes at the crossroads of destiny. Now, they must unite their voices to save the world. Come aboard.
So that introduction was really difficult for us to write. It was one of the last things that we wrote in the entire production cycle. But I remember it was me, the lead engineer, David Fowler, and the arranger, Charlie Arthur, sitting in a Zoom meeting for like an hour trying to come up with something that was catchy but not cringy. Because everything that, like, anything that we wrote down, we're like, oh, that's so cringy or it's so weird. We don't like it. It was so difficult to write.
And bring along all your hopes and dreams. Together we will find everything that we're looking for. One Piece. Compass left behind.
So One Piece was... It almost didn't make it into the final product. We the first draft of anime songs that we picked didn't include One Piece. I remember Tokyo Ghoul was one that was on there. Sword Art Online was one that was on there. But One Piece didn't make the cut. And finally, after a day or two, I texted David and I was like, can we go over the anime list again? I'm just really not satisfied with what we got. And between my voting for One Piece, David Fowler voting for One Piece, and nobody else, like we had, it was David, his little brother, Amelee herself, another friend of David's, and then like the data, like which videos had the most views, and only me and David voted for One Piece, and that was enough to bring it into the final product.
It'll only slow us down. Your heart will be your guide. Raise the sails and take the helm. That legendary place at the end of the map reveals is only legendary till someone proves it real. So come aboard and bring along all your hopes and dreams. Together we will find everything that we're looking for. There's always room for you if you want to be my friend. We are on the cruise. I am here.
So, oh man, One Piece is just easily my favorite show of all time, and it really hurt me that it was cut from the final product. So finally, we just had to put our foot down, which worked out really well because then we were able to really fit it into that intro. Because One Piece has that, you know, with a wealth, fame, power. Like it ended up working really well that we were able to have that introduction and then go into the entire medley.
I keep my ideals alive, they fuel my life. In this world you gotta reap what you sow, breaking free from the rust in your soul. Gotta rise from a dark history, but I fell for these lies. I believed I could start again if I threw it all away, but the mistake could've sealed my fate. But now today I've opened
So, fun fact, I actually recorded All Might voices to do for those scenes. We ultimately didn't go with them. In the end, it really just didn't make sense to have a voice that was just obviously not Peter's doing an All Might voice over Peter. I think in some ways it would have been kind of cute to have like Japanese dub that like didn't really even match up. Like, I am here. But in the end, it was the better choice to go with Peter's. And Amelee did a fantastic job, considering that I'm out in nowhere, Wisconsin. Amelee, I know, is out in Texas, and Peter's out in Oregon. So all of this was done remotely. And still, in the end, she was able to come together and just create this video project that was just huge and really amazing of her. And also, we chose the song. I originally voted for Peace Sign, which is the second MHA opening. It's one that's like a oh, oh, oh. But looking at the view count on Amelee's cover, it made more sense to go with this opening instead.
I had a purpose then, pursuing a path to catalyze our dream. But it's a winding road, we stumble and sway our way amongst the crowd. I can't see it in your eyes, don't give me that look, cause you see you're the last person I need to pity me. Crowd won't pave a way to forgiveness, everything you carve is everlasting. All the time but trying to run away from my own reality. There's still so much here, a life worth living. With time you'll drown the feeling out. Come on, no.
I just have to pause here and point out, it's blurry on this end, but this name tag right here is hello, my name is Boruto's dad. As far as the jokes getting thrown around, a lot of them were mine. A lot of them went to the production team. I couldn't name who came up with what, but for a team of people who are less adept or not as much of a weeb coming up with these jokes, they just pulled through and did such a fantastic job.
It's so nostalgic. Maybe all the laugh is worth the pain.
I should have paused later. All of these cosplays that Amelee did, she did herself. We didn't fly anybody out to put them together for her. She used what she had, and they look fantastic. I think it's a big reason why she went for Todoroki as opposed to maybe like a Uraraka or another female character. But still ended up going really well. And shout out to Peter, who has seen none of these shows. I'm pretty sure he's seen Pokemon, but nothing else on here. And still being able to just kind of encapsulate this, the type of feeling and emotion that these characters embody just by explaining to him what they were. He did a very good job.
I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was. To catch them is my real test, to train them is my cause. I would travel across the land, searching far and wide. Teach Pokemon to understand the power that's inside.
Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all.
It's you and me, I know it's my destiny. Oh, you're my best friend in a world we must defend.
Pokemon, gotta catch 'em
Just
all.
telling you, that wasn't a joke that I came up with. Everybody was just done with Ash because of Pokemon's just relentless popularity throughout, which it was so big that I voted against Pokemon. I was like, instead of Pokemon, maybe we should do something like Dragon Ball Z. And Peter said, no, like, this is the one show that even I've seen. We got to do it. And yeah, of course. All the jokes in this section, that was a combination of David suggesting the feeding the Pikachu to or feeding the ketchup to the Pikachu, and I don't know who decided to kill Naruto with it, but it's so fantastic.
So true, our courage will pull us through. You teach me and I'll teach you. Pokemon,
Gotta catch 'em all.
gotta catch 'em all.
Pokemon.
We are fighting dreamers. These are the words that we believe in.
Oli, 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 oli. Just go my way.
In the middle of this never-ending road, I don't know exactly where it is that we're supposed to go.
Yeah, we ended up going with Naruto is different for the Japanese phrase that we were putting in for this part. It wasn't until after recording was done that I just remembered, oh my god, Naruto has a catchphrase. It's believe it. I don't remember what they say in Japanese. And I'm like slapping my forehead. I text David like, oh my god, I forgot. And he's like, can't catch them all. And you can't, despite what Ash wants to tell you.
As my body's shaking, the future is out there waiting for me to grasp the light that's trembling just like my hand. I gotta keep it safe from fading. That's all that I want. The subtle scent of midnight.
I'll spend all 30
I
nights
glare up at the stars,
staring into the sky.
the path I see before me. I know only I can change it. This world can beat me down 100 times, but till the light I'll always rise. A lotus flower so pure, right up to the end, until it blooms a bright red.
Oh, Demon Slayer, it's relentlessly super popular show and manga that's going on right now. I watched it, I enjoyed it, it's good, but just, man, it's super popular. And Amelee just has the voice for songs like these. Just she brings it all into her front palette. Her diction is fantastic. As far female anime singers go, she's up there among the best, if not the best. She's incredible.
In time, this blue of the sky will reach out to knock on the door to your heart. You're looking at me, make it all that you see. Content and we're merely smiling. This was all a cruel angel's thesis from the start. Brought to life out the window, now it's taking flight. Scorching pathos if you betray your memory. Go forth, young boy, and you'll become a legend.
Oh, Peter doing the the Cory in the house dance or the Can I Praise the Lord dance? It was a joke that I brought up super early on. I don't even think we had the final song list yet when I just like, hey, we have to have somebody do that dance, and having All Might do it was just perfect. And right here already we can see the JoJos reference coming up. Can't do an anime song without a JoJos reference.
Our names won't be remembered if we die like trampled flowers. I refuse to be forgotten, written off as less than worthless. There are beings that live off our fears, and the words are like knives as they play with our lives. They'll try to control you as if they own you. Will you let them steal your freedom? There is a wildfire inside you, burning desire you can't extinguish. Your crimson arrow rips through the twilight. This is the moment for war.
Oh man, shout out to Charlie Arthur for pulling this arrangement through. He got it done in like a week, I think, with very few notes that needed to go in and change things. I know there was a couple things like in Naruto, the right here, right now. That was an early cut that we had to remove from it. It's just one of those things that like you try to do it a cappella and it just doesn't really translate very well, which influenced a lot of the decisions for the songs that we made. For example, we're considering Rock the Dragon, so try to imagine an acapella, the dragon, rock the dragon, Dragon Ball Z. Like, it wouldn't have worked. Which is one of the reasons why Dragon Ball didn't quite make it into the final product. But also taking 50 songs, we took that 50, made it 12, and then that 12 to 8 was just the most impossible decision we ever made. Hopefully we can pull through and make a part 2. I would absolutely love that, and we can put together all the songs we missed, and there'll still be plenty that we have to cut from the final product. There's so many absolutely fantastic songs.
We are in the crew. Gotta catch it alive. We are fighting dreamers.
You'll become a legend. There's still so much in life worth living.
Just absolutely fantastic. Considering everything, considering that it was a team comprised of people who know next to nothing about anime, really came through and just created a product that is so well designed and so honoring of the medium without being disrespectful at all. I never got that kind of haha nerd culture kind of vibe from this. Like, they really pulled through and just created something fantastic. So that is the video. Please check it out. Links down in the doobly-doo. And I will catch y'all next time.